Oh, whoops. It was recording on its own, wasn't it? Shoot. Mark. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. Just do a test here for my own purposes of the audio settings. Just going to be talking. Lorem ipsum. This is the screen capture at -2 decibels. Blah, 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 407 years ago. Alright, -4 decibels. Testing, 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 testing. Brought it to -2.5. I guess we'll roll the dice on that one. Alright, I've popped the link on a Discord server with some old friends of mine any of them hop on, they will maybe be able to give me some feedback on the audio settings. As we work out the kinks. But I guess with that in mind, we'll just start playing. Alright, folks. Welcome back to Legend of Legaia. If you saw my first video, and, you know, that's a bit of an ask, it was an hour long, we've finished the opening sequence. Essentially, the main character, this guy named Vaughn, his hometown was attacked, the wall surrounding it, protecting it from the mist, was broken, but he awoke the Genesis tree, which pushed the mist back. So, our goal is to head to Biron Monastery. And we can see the map of the world. This is an area known as the Drake Kingdom. And until we discover things, we don't know what things are. So we've got some sort of structure to the north of us, some forests, a river, some sort of structure in the middle of the area that seems to be heavily enshrouded with the mist, some mountains, another cave, and some other structure to the west. So, looking at where we are, there's Rimmel. We're going to have to head west and then north, and maybe there's a bridge that lets us cross this river. So, this is the cool overworld song. You don't usually get to listen to it all the way through, as the random battles will interrupt us. But I like to give it to, you know, one loop of a listen. We are level 2. And we have pretty paltry equipment right now. We have the hunter clothes and the pendant that May gave us, and we bought a pair of warrior boots. But we could use a little bit more money to afford some better equipment, at least 100 gold. So we're going to make our way to the west now. And then we'll inevitably get hit with some random encounters. Got a viewer, it appears. If you're able to use the chat, let me know how the audio levels are. If I need to adjust the volume of the game down so that you can hear me better, I'd appreciate some feedback. So let's see, we've got a random battle here against an evil fly. And I actually remembered some combos that I had forgotten last time. So let's try and see if I can't make those appear. If you recall from the first video, using Spirit ups your defense. It also increases the chance that you'll be blocking attacks, which is very important. Alright, I believe we've got... This will be a combo. Hyper Arts. Now, if you were paying attention, you'll notice that my first 3 attacks hit this butterfly, but the 4th one missed. It was a low kick. That's because it went underneath it, because it's a flying enemy. There are certain enemies in the game where a high or low attack will miss, either because they're flying or because they're very low to the ground, and a high attack will fail to strike it. I'm gonna have to do something about my little picture floating here, because I'm having trouble seeing my AP bar. So maybe we'll move it up to the top of the screen. Because because that number down there is important. It lets me know, you know, the types of moves that I can execute.
Yeah!
We're down an evil fly. For 11 gold. Gonna have to kill 9 more of those things before I can afford my headband. This is why I thought it would be a good idea to maybe stream these parts of the game, where I might have to do a little bit of grinding. But first, let's stop here. Oh, Vaughn, I'm glad you came. I'm impressed. You made it here all by yourself? Yes. You're so confident. You're a lot hardier than us hunters. By the way, Vaughn, see that guy over there? Don't know him? Well, we come here often, but this is the first time we've met someone else here. He says his name's Lizam, and he was telling us the most amazing story. Gives it a little bow. Vaughn, you should talk to Lizam too. So these are hunters from Rimmel. Let's talk to this guy. I am called Lizam. I serve King Drake, ruler of Drake Kingdom. So, you are Vaughn. The hunters have told me of you. You have done great deeds. You have my gratitude. Tell me why you're grateful. Yes, this is about something that happened before the mist reached here. I was heading to Rimmel under King Drake's orders to warn them of the mist. But the mist caught up with me, and I became a Seru monster. From what I hear, it is your deeds that enabled me to become human again. That is why I am grateful. Thank you so much. Drake is surrounded by the mist, and King Drake is surely awaiting you. Your powers. With your powers, our castle could be saved. Will you help us? Yes, I'll be the main character. Oh, thank you. Please do whatever you can to save Drake Castle. Before I departed, the king had made a frightening decision. I hope he is safe. So we've got an update on what's going on. Drake Kingdom and King Drake. Okay. This is a good waypoint because we've got this fountain here. And if we drink it, it will heal us. And then up here are a number of statues that teach you essentially the important mechanics of the game. So it's got, you know, all sorts of useful things that I know all of this by heart, but if you were playing this game for the first time, these are very helpful, and, you know, I would highly recommend that you read all of them. It talks about magic. Let's read about learning magic, because I tried to absorb a Seru, and then it failed. Maybe it's got some hints for me. So when humans and the raw Seru defeat Seru, new magic may be acquired. Unless the Seru was destroyed by magic, magic is acquired only by the victorious character. The character must deliver the final blow in combat. Okay. And then it should give me... Yeah, all of the Seru that can be learned as magic spells have an elemental symbol in front of them. Accessories, and what's this green one? Fighting. I'm teaching you about abnormal statuses. It's fine. You've got me, dear viewer. I know all of this stuff. Got a healing leaf. Nice. I think that's it for items around here. On before going outside, drink the water at the drinking fountain. Your whole body will be re-energized. Yep. Vaughn, where are you going now? The Iran Monastery. What? Iran Monastery? Well, you've got quite a journey ahead of you. To get to Biran, you must cross the river to the east and head northeast, but... yeah, can't get across the river right now. Vaughn, I have some advice for you. Will you lend me your ear? Yes. Now, you may have powers that we don't because of that raw Saru and all, but Drake Castle up ahead is just crawling with the most horrible Saru monsters. Listen, these are the Hunter's rules. Rule 1, always have the proper equipment. If you think you don't have the right weapons or armor, then head right back to Rimelm. You can still buy whatever type of equipment you need at the shops there. Hunter's rule number 2. A trip without healing medicine is a trip to the next world. When going to a strange place, always take at least 5 or 6 healing leaves. Yeah, solid advice. So, Lazam was an envoy of King Drake. Speaking of King Drake, he's the one who used to control the Watergate upstream. Gotcha. We want to get to Biran Monastery, but we can't until we cross the river. And King Drake was the guy that controlled the river access, essentially. So I have to head that way and investigate. Another evil fly. Let's see, I think there's one more move. I just need to remember it. Say it's down, up, up. Give it a shot. Whoops. That should work. Yes. Oh, that got him. Nice. Yes, sir. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 6 4-input hyper arts. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 3-input hyper arts. I feel like I'm missing a 3-input one. Power punch slash kick, somersault, charging scorch, hyper elbow. It makes sense if there was like 6 and 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Feels like there's at least one more that eludes me. We're entering the mist now. But we won't ever run into elemental mist on the overworld. They're only going to show up in specific locations. Dungeons, towns, that sort of thing. So we can check out the river. Watergate controller. Insert water key to operate. So we're going to need a water key to get across the river and get to Biran Monastery. Now what we can do is we can poke our head into Drake Castle here. It'll be a little bit dangerous, but we should be able to find some decent items in here and acquire magic. And hopefully also make a little bit more money. So here we are in Drake Castle. Door of Light. This is a very important item. It lets you teleport out of dungeons. It'll just take you right back to the entrance. Eventually we'll be able to buy them. But for now, it's worth hanging on to them. Very precious. The river runs through the castle. Not on a one-on-one anymore. this could get ugly. Skeletons. It's a classic. We should just beat the tar out of them. Yikes. Ooh. Let's see if we can finish him off. You can see I am a little bit maybe under-leveled and lacking optimal equipment. So things are looking real dicey. I think we can afford one more go at him. Now I'm at the point where I need to seriously consider healing. Alright. We gotta burn the healing leaf. As you can see, using an item leaves you open to attack, unlike using spirit. It's usually worth using spirit as much as possible. In the long run, you'll take less damage, and then you'll usually do enough damage in retaliation. Okay, we got a level. That's good. We're getting 36 gold instead of 11, so much better returns. But we don't want to be bleeding healing items too quickly. 200 gold. I think I need 250 for the Warrior's Headband. Vaughn, take a good look. This is a human possessed by a Seru. I've looked into this person's mind the same way I spoke to your mind. But the Seru controlling this person's spirit is too strong and I couldn't make out any words. The only way to return these people to normal is to drive away the mist. So yes, these people, they seem to have been barricaded inside. Sunrise key. The old classic. Have to get keys to progress through this dungeon. And there's a Gimmerd, which we want to try and destroy and get the magic spell. Let's see. Can I just take out a Gimmerd? Skeletons are fast. But I didn't absorb it. It's a bummer. These skeletons are a problem. I like how his victory pose changes depending on whether he ended the fight with a large amount of health or not. He's getting kind of beat up. See, I'm doing a little bit of feedback on a friend of mine watching the stream. Hopefully give me some useful feedback on the audio settings. It's hard for me to tell on my own right now. Alright, we'll burn one more healing item. Okay. Game sound effects overshadowing. Drop it down to -4. Alright, we'll try that. -4 decibels. We've burned 2 healing leaves so far. Nothing in here. There's our key. We'll move in a little bit deeper. Bookshelf, Drake Castle's water. Do you want to read it? Yes. Drake Castle's water is pleasing and potent. When used to water fields, grains grow tall and thick. Beasts that drink it grow strong. Even without food, one is safe, so long as there is the rich water of Drake to drink. Cool. I like how there's a in-universe explanation why the Hunter's spring water fully heals us. Another pen of people possessed by the Seru. Ooh, dear. Drake Ghost. This guy looks like a tough customer. Slapping me around with his shield. Alright. Maybe we can... This guy definitely will miss if we use a low attack, so we gotta try and do high attacks. Your left and right arms will always hit an enemy, no matter what. Okay. Ouch. Alright, I'm hoping that a 3-hit combo will take him down. Okay. Consulting my audio guide. Ah, there's another key. Lightning key. Whoops. Okay, still seems like I'm a little bit on the low side. Let's try -5. I don't want to completely drown out the sound effects and stuff, because I really like the music of this game. It's a real highlight. Good, we got a healing leaf replacement. I feel a little bit less bad about pushing this deep into the dungeon. Another pair of skeletons. If we could get some magic, it would help us kind of get through these random battles a little bit faster. seem to have found a happy audio level for the time being. I'll remember these settings for the future. Thank you, my friend, Leben. You're a shining star. Be ashamed to burn this healing leaf we just acquired. We might have to, though. Yes, these skeletons seem to have maybe just around 100 HP, if I had to guess. Ouch. Yeah, I feel you, Thon. It's rough out here. Let's see. I've definitely got enough gold to afford the upgrade to my headband. We'll burn another healing leaf. It's okay. That's what they're there for. Lightning key. So Drake Castle seems to be built inside a mountain. Slightly soiled diary. Do you wish to read it? Yes. Harvest month day 2. The harvest festival isn't far. I can't wait. But King Drake seems uneasy. Harvest month day 4. Messenger from the north said the mist has covered Jeremy. King Drake is pale. Harvest month day 5. A strange building has been built in the valley to the northeast. Soldiers sent by King Drake to investigate failed to return. Harvest month day 7. A curfew has been declared. The royal scientists are investigating the mist. I hope they find a solution so my dear King Drake can be free of his anguish. Harvest month day 10. The mist has appeared in Drake Kingdom. The eastern plain is covered. From the watchtower, the mist seems to be coming from the building in the valley. Harvest month day 13. King Drake has forbidden the use of the Seru. The harvest festival is cancelled. That's understandable considering how the mist is affecting the Seru. Harvest month day 14. I can't believe the king's order, but we are compelled to obey. Obeying is my duty as one who serves King Drake. The rest is blurred and illegible. Got a chest. Survival knife. Alright. This is why I did not buy a survival knife. We've got my first chat comment. I agree, this game definitely does deserve a remaster. It's one of my absolute favorites. So yes, the reason I didn't buy the survival knife in Realm is because I knew we would find one in here. So nice boost to my offense. Anything else in here? Random encounter. Another Drake ghost. And then this is another thing I really like about this game, is unlike a lot of JRPGs of this era, you know, you would just get equipment and nothing would really change on the character models. I guess, like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, you know, those ones, when you got a new weapon, I think the model would change for the weapon, but nothing else would change. And what I do like about this game is that your character model changes when you equip new armor, new boots, new headbands, as well as, you know, weapons. Ooh, we got a new spirit here. Because I found that survival knife, and now I got a little knife in my left hand. Ooh, and it's a good thing I used spirit. That reduces the damage by over 50%, if not more. Let's see. Let's do Power Punch into Charging Scorch. Doing much better damage now, at over 100. I think before I was doing closer to 80. Ouch. Jeez, man. Give me a break. The end. Got another level, and a Door of Light. That's pretty big. Do we push any further? I think that's the sign to retreat for the moment. Let's just try and remember that I explored the left-hand side of this level. So if we go ahead into our items and use the Door of Light, we will return to the entrance. We'll head back to Rimelm, and we will buy the Warrior's Headband, and then we'll be basically as well equipped as we can be expected to. There's another accessory that they sell at Rimelm that makes me immune to poison, but I'm not really that worried about it. Poison is pretty rare, and is not really that bad of a negative status in the grand scheme of things. A pair of green slimes. These things are pretty weak. Let's see if I can just kill them with a 3-hit Hyper Art. Yes. Okay. Nice. Seems like the green slimes have 75 HP or so, I'm guessing. And then this little back and forth field trip will just be a good opportunity to get a little bit more money, get a little bit more XP. This is the sort of game where, especially if you're struggling, you can just kind of grind it out to, you know, level up and increase your stats. But I'm going to try and do relatively minimal amounts of grinding, because with sufficient system mastery and like understanding of what's going on, you don't need to do that much grinding. Like the amount of XP and money and stuff you get from your, you know, initial explorations and kind of basic traversal of the map should be enough. Enough to get you through. Maybe not enough for some of the optional, like, extremely difficult boss fights at the very, very end, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, stop at the spring, heal up, head back to Rimelm. Nice. Still a little bit annoyed that I haven't gotten a Gimard spell yet, but we'll work on that. There's a cutscene that occurs towards the end of Great Castle where Meta talks to Vaan, and in that cutscene he normally talks about how you learned the spell Gimard. I'd be curious to see what happens if you do that cutscene and have never learned a spell, if anything changes. Let's see, can I just take out a Gobu Gobu? I'm guessing not. Oh, I guess so. Alright. Rest in pasta, Mr. Gobu Gobu. Alright, back home. Back to Rimmel. The memory statue lady tells us to keep an eye out for save points. It's good advice. Hello, storekeep. Oh, Vaughn, don't you know anything? This is a shop. If you're gonna buy something, talk to me from the counter. Oh, pardon me. Warrior's Seal. This will increase my defense, and it will also increase my intelligence. Intelligence is the stat that I think measures your resistance to magic and how good your magic spells are. So, useful, but not especially relevant right now. Should we move me... Whoops. Should we move me down here? Because now we can see the AP bar, we can see the gold. Let's give this a shot. We're still figuring stuff out. Boom. Alright. We are as in good a condition as we can be. So it's time to just press forward. Ah, there it is. This drawer now opens for some reason. This is a secret item that I didn't know about for the longest time when I first started playing. It's called the Point Card. It is an item that you can use during battle. It earns points worth 5% of the price when you shop. So when you buy items, 5% of the gold you spend is put on the card. And then in a fight, you can use the card somehow to just do damage arbitrarily. So over the course of the game, if you spend enough money, I think it caps out at 9,999 damage. So it's like this weird little pocket nuke that you can just kind of save for very late in the game. Again, it's not something you want to rely upon, but in certain circumstances, it can save your bacon. Alright, let's see how lower left works. What are we missing here? Just the person's name? That's not too bad. We know it's Vaughn, he's got blue hair. And then you can see, on his forehead, he's got a little, thing on him, because we bought him a little hat. But now we're kind of blocking the action bar. That's probably okay. Give it a shot. Ah, we've just been poisoned. So when you're poisoned, you turn blue for some reason. You'll lose a small amount of HP every round, and then I think you also have a penalty to your damage with your attacks. But it should be okay. And I don't think you stay poisoned in between fights. It's okay, Bon. You'll feel better. Even if we did, we could just stop at the Hunter's Spring. And we'll be in good shape. Yeah, I think my status is fine, but no reason not to top off. Pressing onward into darkness and mystery. Uh-oh. It's double Bugobu Gobus. I think we can handle it. looks like I'd say Gobo Gobos have right about 75 HP. If I had to guess. Let's just do an auto against this Gobo Gobo, see what happens. There's a very small chance that I will unlock the missing Hyper Art. Kind of running a little bit low on AP. Let's finish off this Gobo Gobo. No, no! Stole my magic leaf. Pesky thieves. Somersault into slash kick. There we go. Yasha! We've probably got one more battle before we get to Drake Kingdom. Oh, we made it. Okay. Drake Castle, rather. Alright, let's just head back to where we were. And hopefully we will run into a Gimmard. Guimard? I don't know how to pronounce them. Yes, there's a Gimmard. Can I just kill one with a 3-input Hyper Art? Would be nice. Not quite. I'm guessing it's got 100 HP. On the button. Let's just try and do one little whack at him. Dang. Yeah, I'm not sure how the math works on absorbing Sarah. Don't know what dice roll is involved. I like the art design of the skeleton. You can see its right arm is that weird bladed thingy. I think my headcanon is that it's, you know, it's being controlled by a Saru. Saru puppeting its undead flesh. Vaughn's looking pretty fly in his hunter's clothes. Not to say that his original red vest isn't a nice look. Vaughn's got that drip. All right, let's press onward. I think this is as far as we got. Yes. Okay, the Star Gate. SG-1. There's the key we need. And a Drake Ghost we don't need. This game, for the uninitiated, is kind of nasty in difficulty. I remember when I had no idea what I was doing as a little kid, these Drake Ghosts would, you know, coin flip just to end my run. Ow. Yikes. Okay. enough HP now that a single healing leaf does not do the trick. Alright. Go away. At least I think they're worth a decent amount of XP. There's meta. Level 1 meta. Okay, anything in here? Oops. Sometimes there's stuff in, you know, vases and barrels and things like that. Or vases. Got the star key. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Press forward. On the bookshelf is a book titled The Geography of Drake Kingdom. Let's take a look. Drake Kingdom lies in a remote part of South Legaia on a peninsula of mountains and valleys. Under the rule of King Drake, there is safety and abundant resources. Visitors to Drake Castle should visit Mount Rikaroa. Go through Drake Castle and head north to find Mount Rikaroa. At its summit stands the Genesis Tree, which is said to watch over humans since the Age of the Gods. A Genesis Tree, you say? That sounds like where we should go. Clear the mist out from Drake Castle. I think this is the deepest level of the castle. And indeed, we're facing Drake ghosts and friends. That's pretty gnarly. Must withstand. We have to do some careful math here. Can we survive a wind hash and an attack from the skeleton if we attack now? And if not, because I think the skeleton goes before us. Ugh. And we haven't saved in a minute. Let's be cautious. Got a lucky block there. Ouch. Okay, Wind Hash does 60 to 70 something odd damage. Okay. Can we finish off the Drake Ghost? He's the priority target. As annoying as the skeleton is. Ouch. Okay. If we can get there, I think there's a place where I can recuperate nearby. And once we get through with Drake Castle, I think we will probably be calling it a night. Slash kick into power punch. Nope. Enemy blocking foils my scheme. Let's just do auto. Finish him off. It still bugs me. I swear I'm missing a 3-input hyper art for Vaughn. Unfortunately, Vaughn just knows 3 and 4 input arts. He doesn't have anything else. Which is a bit of a shame. But that just means you get to spend the rest of the game experimenting with combining his hyper arts. Healing leaf. Can we get to the restroom? Can we? I think it's in here. Yes. Vaughn, the door to this room is quite strong. If you shut the door tightly, you should be able to rest peacefully in here. Do you want to rest? Yes. A wise decision. While you are sleeping, I will stand guard. Oh, we get to see the cutscene without me knowing magic. Let's see what it's like. Vaughn, I apologize for interrupting your dream. There is something I must tell you about the Seru and my powers. That's right, the Seru. They are horrible creatures. But the Seru themselves are not at fault. The mist is responsible for all of this. I have special powers to use against the Seru. I can assimilate with a Seru that the mist has made mad. The special powers of the Seru will combine with my own, making me a powerful weapon. I have not yet mastered any of the abilities of the Seru, but the Fire Seru Gimard is here. Don't give up, and only fight Gimard a few times. Eventually we'll absorb his powers. You can use the Seru abilities by expending MP. When to use it is up to you. Just remember that MP is limited. Thanks, Meta. The whole time I've played this game, I've never seen it where he talks about how we have yet to absorb any magic. That's pretty cool. Okay, we'll save. Ooh, here we go. Firebook 1. There are certain hyper arts that can only be learned through items. A Firebook. So if we use it on Vaughn, boom. Tornado Flame is now ours. This is a huge upgrade to our offensive power. There's a book titled Research Notes. Take a look. The reports were correct, as I feared. Any human wearing a Seru ceases to be human in the mist. But because of some power, a person possessed by a crazed Seru also ceases to age. That means a person wearing a Seru could live for 100, 1,000 years, nay, forever. But is immortality worth giving up being human? That I do not know. I must report this to King Drake at once. Puzzle pieces are falling together here. It's the throne room. Gimard and Drake Ghost. Alright, let's test out our brand new hyper art, Tornado Flame. Test it out against the Drake Ghost. So 100 damage on just a 3-input combo. Not enough to take out a Drake Ghost, but still pretty good. Finish off the Drake Ghost, and then we can hopefully get this Gimard. Ouch. Even though Gimard is a fire element Seru, let's see if Tornado Flame can just finish it off. Yep. And we got him. We've acquired the power of Gimard. And leveled up. Nice. Maybe in order to absorb them, you've got to do overkill? I don't know. Close. This Seru seems to have been one of the royal family. Yep. Lon, I have a feeling this Seru is King Drake. Look, There's a small key around its neck. That must be the key to the water gate. So we're gonna have to free Drake Castle. A letter in the treasure chest says, "To the human traveler that finds this, do you wish to read it?" Yes. I am Drake the Third, King of Drake. I know not who will read this letter, but anyone who makes it through the mist must have powers greater than the mist. No doubt you have seen the Seru monsters in this castle's dungeons. Those monsters are in fact my dear retainers and the people of my kingdom. When the mist approached, we tried many ways to drive it back. We even prayed at the Genesis tree of Mount Nicoroa to the north. Legend says the tree has the power to save the human race. In the end, we decided to lock ourselves in the dungeon and wear Seru, surrendering to the mist. As Seru monsters, we should survive on Drakewater until the day the mist goes away. We locked ourselves in the dungeon so the Seru madness would not force us to harm anyone. So, traveler, I ask you to drive away the mist, as we were powerless to do so. You are our only hope for the future, the hope that sustains us. Yeah, sorry, it's scrolling a little bit fast there. Alright, King Drake. I'll do it for you, buddy. Grab that mountain key. And I think it's time to leave Drake Castle. Check our corners. Let's try our new magic spell out. Gimard costs 10 MP, burning attack. Just attacks an enemy. Let's see if it can finish off a Drake Ghost. 200 plus damage out of the gate. That's some big boy damage. Curious if Tornado Flame can kill a skeleton. Yes! Alright, we got Tornado Flame, we got Gimard. We're moving with a purpose here. I could go back to the restroom and take a nap and heal, but you know, let's be brave. Despite what your gamer senses might be telling you, there is no boss fight. So we are in the northwest part of Drake Kingdom. Mount Nicoroa awaits. Nuke an evil fly. And then we don't have enough AP to do another Tornado Flame, but we probably can just finish off a Gobu with Charging Scorch. Yep. Okay. Alright. I think that's where we're going to call it for now, folks. We are at the precipice of Mount Nicoroa, and the next part of the game awaits us. And we will get introduced to perhaps my favorite character in the entire game. But for now, we'll save, and we will call it here. I'm going to see what I can do to edit this, maybe break it down a little bit for a standalone video on my channel. Try and, you know, link all the parts of the game together. Maybe add some additional commentary, I don't know, we'll see. But we've saved, so we're going to call it here. I hope everyone has a good night, and join me next time. I'm going to try to stream these things, maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll see if I can do that more or less. All right, we're going to stop it here. Peace out, everybody.